So for those of you who don't know me, I am Miss Alex. I've been with Bring the Hoopla for, 5 or 6 years, wearing many different hats. And I am a yoga teacher as well as a hula hooper. So I have developed our hoop yoga program, which I'm going to be sharing with you this evening. All you're going to need is a space on the floor. If you have a yoga mat, that's great. If not, that's fine. As well as a hoopla hoop so that we can use the hoop to help with the stretches. So we're going to start with just a little centering and breathing exercise, and then we'll move into some gentle movements and some yoga poses using the hula hoop. And then we'll relax into a shavasana and a little guided meditation. So we'll get started. So sit up nice and tall, rooting the sitting bones down into the ground. You can go ahead and close the eyes. And just take a moment to notice how you feel. So notice the physical sensations of the body. Notice the muscles and the joints. Notice if there are any aches or pains, if anything isn't feeling quite right today. Just notice how you feel. And now bring the awareness into the breath. So notice the natural rhythm of the breath. Notice the inhale and notice the exhale. And allow the breath to deepen. Lengthen the inhale and lengthen the exhale, making the breath long, slow, and deep. And now as you inhale, begin to fill the belly, the ribs, and the chest with the breath. And as you exhale, the chest, the ribs, and the belly fall. Inhaling, filling the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Exhaling, the chest, the ribs, and the belly fall. This breath is called the Dirga breath, the yogic 3-part breath. Continue at your own pace, aiming for samavriti, even inhale, even exhale. A 1-to-1 ratio with the breath, a smooth, even rhythm. And now begin to layer on the soft whisper sound of the Ujjayi Breath, the ocean-sounding breath. There's a slight constriction at the back of the throat, similar to the sound of fogging a mirror. If you're not familiar with this breath, or if you need a little bit of practice, take a deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through the mouth with a ha sound. Take a nice deep inhale. And one more time, just like that. And now inhale and exhale through the nose, but keep that whisper sound at the back of the throat. That is the Ujjayi breath. And the Ujjayi breath gets layered on top of the Dirga breath. So as you inhale, you're filling the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And as you exhale, the chest, the ribs, and the belly fall. The breath is long, slow, and deep. And there's a smooth, even rhythm. Try to use this breath throughout the whole class as we move and flow. And as we hold poses, if you find that your mind starts to wander, you start thinking about things or you become distracted, just bring the awareness back into the breath. Use the breath as a tool to occupy the mind. So there's a one-pointed focus on every inhale and every exhale. Don't think, just breathe. And just take a moment to notice how you feel. Notice the effects of sitting and breathing. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Now pick up your hoop. You're going to take the hoop right up against your back, taking the arms to the widest part of the hoop. And then we're going to take the hoop in circles. So bringing that hoop up and then rolling it onto the floor. So just circling the spine. And moving with the breath. So inhaling as you move forward. Exhaling as you move back. And you're using that Dirga Ujjayi breath. So slight constriction at the back of the throat, just a soft whisper sound. And then you can take it around in the other direction. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. One more time, circling around. And then come to center. You can inhale, bring that hoop up overhead. And then as you exhale, fold forward, placing the hoop down onto the floor in front of you. You can round the spine, tucking the chin into the chest, and place the hands right inside that hoop. And slowly roll up. You can grab onto your hoop, taking the hands to the widest part, bringing the hoop right up overhead like a halo. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, lean over to one side. Inhale, take it up to center. And then exhale to the other side. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, lean over. So go at your own pace and move with the breath, opening up the sides of the body. And then moving over to one side, you can stay and breathe. Reach through the fingertips, pressing that hoop away, rooting down through the sitting bones. Your hips are rooting down, and then you're extending out a nice curve. Nice big side stretch here. And then grabbing onto that hoop, inhale up to center, and exhale to the other side, reaching away. And rooting down through the hips, down through the sitting bones. Nice big side stretch. and then inhale, reaching up, and exhale, bring that hoop down to the floor. Now come over onto hands and knees. You can have the knees inside of the hoop and the hands on the outside of the hoop, and then just sway the hips side to side. And then take the hips in circles. And go around in the other direction. And then come to center. Now tuck the toes and then lift the hips up towards the sky, finding downward dog. You can let the head be heavy here. And we'll do a few rounds of horse pose. So take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through the mouth, through the lips like a horse. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it go. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And now walk the feet forward to the inside of the hoop. And then you're going to crouch down, grabbing onto that hoop. And then as you lift up, you'll slowly turn, bringing the hoop up overhead. And then as you lower it, you're just going to continue to turn nice and slow. Inhale, bringing the arms up overhead. And exhale, bringing the arms down. We can take it around in the other direction. Inhale, arms up overhead, bringing that hoop up. And then exhale, take it down. Again, nice and slow here. You're not trying to get dizzy. And then one more time, we'll just take it around in the other direction and come back to center. So now you can take the hoop off the body, bringing it right out in front of you, and then bring the feet nice and wide. You're going to take the hands right up on top of the hoop here, and then we're just going to bend the knee side to side, rolling the hoop. Inhaling over to one side, exhaling over to the other, moving with the breath. And then moving over to one side. The knee that's bent, you're going to turn that foot so that it's facing the same side as the bent knee. And then for the other foot, you're just going to kick the heel out a little bit. So we're finding a warrior two stance here. So now you're going to take the hoop, bring one arm through, and then bring the other arm through, like you're putting on a backpack. So this is a nice way to open up the chest, drawing the shoulders back, drawing them down the back, away from the ears. You have a nice deep bend in that knee, and the back leg is straight. And now the same leg as that bent knee, you're going to drop that arm out and then swing the hoop around to the front. So if you have space around you, we're going to do a couple rounds of backpack, which is a classic hoopla move. So taking that hoop onto the same arm as the bent knee, bringing the other arm on like you have your backpack on. And then that first arm drops down and the hoop swings around. So one more time, other arm comes in, first arm drops out, and then you swing that hoop around. And then we'll put the hoop down, and then use that hoop to straighten the leg, and then bring the feet back to facing forward. And we'll rock side to side. Inhaling to one side, exhaling to the other. And then bending that opposite leg, you'll turn the foot so it's facing in that direction. And then the back leg kicks out to the side. And then we'll start by taking it into the same arm as that bent knee. Finding backpack. And just staying here for a few breaths before we move with it. Again, this opens up the chest. We're drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Nice deep bend in the knee. Back leg is straight. And then that first arm drops down and we swing it around to the front. So again, few rounds here, bringing that onto the arm. Both arms in. First arm drops down. Swing it around. Keeping the spine nice and straight while you do this. We'll do it just one more time. And then coming to center, placing the hoop down and straightening those legs, giving it a little rock side to side. And then coming to center, step the feet to hips width. We're going to find a little balance here. So taking the body weight into one side, you can start just by coming up onto the toes of the other foot. And then when you feel ready, you can bend that knee and lift up. So you can use the hoop here for balance. That's a nice option. Or if you'd like to take it a little deeper, you can take the arms up overhead with the hoop on the fingertips. So maybe you balance that hoop up on the fingertips, or you can just hold it. Again, you can keep it here for balance. It's a nice option for you. And then you can lower that leg down. Give the legs a little shake. And then coming to center, we'll move over to the other side. So again, just starting by coming up onto the toes. And then when you feel ready, lifting up. This time for your challenge, I'd like to see you lift that hoop up on your knee. And that really only works if you have a small hoop. So if you're working with a larger size hoop, you can try one of the other challenges with the arms up overhead, or you can keep it down for support. And then release, we'll shake out the legs again. And come back to center. So one more balance pose. We're going to do Warrior 3, one of my favorites. So we'll start with the hoop up overhead and then bring it right out in front of you. So you're going to start the hoop kind of parallel to the floor. And I'm going to turn actually so that I have a little bit more room. And then I'm going to bend one knee and kick it back. So the challenge here is having the weight in the arms and finding a little balance and then release. Again, you can shake out the legs. And then we'll have the hoop up overhead. You'll bring it out in front of you and then kick back the other side. Finding a little balance. Again, this is a nice option for you here if you need the support from the hoop. Otherwise, you're reaching that hoop forward and then lift up and shake out the legs. And then we'll rock side to side like we did before. And then step the feet together. So we're going to use the hoop to do a modification of downward dogs. We did down dog just a few poses ago, but this is a nice version you can do with your hoop, and it's a standing version. So sometimes you can do this up against a wall, but we're going to use our hoop today. So bringing the hoop right out in front of you, the arms are straight, and then walk your feet back as much as you can, and then drop your chest down. So you can see the body's at a 90-degree angle. So I have my legs straight and my back is parallel to the floor. And then I'm holding on to that hoop. And you can really drop down. You get a nice stretch here. down the backs of the legs and the hamstrings, and down the back. And if you'd like a little challenge, you can drop your head down, see how that feels. If you don't like it, then keep the head lifted parallel with the neck and the back. Otherwise, drop it down, get that nice stretch. But again, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And then walk it up. And now we're going to get down onto the floor and do some other stretches and some relaxation. So taking your hoop down, you can go ahead and step right inside of it. You're going to inhale the arms up, and then exhale, fold forward, and then you can come right down onto hands and knees. And then into a sitting position, and then bring your hoop over the legs. So the legs are straight out in front of you, hoops on top of the legs. You're going to grab onto your hoop right in front of you, and then flip it over. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead, hoops up overhead, and then exhale, fold. So if it's available to you, if you have enough flexibility, you can actually take your hoop and hook it around the feet. So that helps to get a nice stretch. If that's not available to you, you can take the hoop around the body and hold on to the feet that way. That's another option for a nice stretch. Or you can just take the hoop down and rest it on the shins and rest the hands on the shins. So try and keep the spine nice and straight as you're folding forward instead of rounding the back. You want to lengthen up, feeling that nice stretch. And then roll it up. So now you'll take your hoop around, bending the knees. Take the feet over the hoop, and then you can scooch down onto your back. And now take the hoop into the feet and rock side to side for happy baby pose. So happy baby pose is one of my favorites. This is such a nice stretch, and this is a great way to use the hoop to stretch out your back. So just rocking side to side, giving yourself a little massage. It should feel nice. And if it doesn't, then you can just stay centered. You don't have to rock. So just doing what's right for you. And then I'm going to come to center. I'm going to release the feet, bringing the soles of the feet to touch, and then rest that hoop right onto my legs and bring the hands onto the belly. So you can go ahead and close your eyes. And now I want you to feel the belly rise and fall with the breath. So feeling the belly rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. You can go ahead and close the eyes. And we're going to do a breathing technique where the exhale is twice the length of the inhale. So maybe you inhale for the count of 2, and then you exhale for the count of 4, or you inhale for the count of 3, and exhale for the count of 6. One more nice deep breath where the inhale is half the length of the exhale. And then you can go back to a normal rhythm of breath. Even inhale, even exhale. And now wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. And then you're going to grab onto your hoop and then bring the knees inside the hoop and then place the hoop down. so that the legs are over the hoop. So the hoop should be right underneath the neck so that it's comfortable. If it's not comfortable, you can always remove the hoop and place it to the side. But it should be comfortable if it's right underneath the neck. You're not resting your head on the hoop, but just right underneath the neck. And then you can have the arms out by your sides with the palms face down. Finding Shavasana for a little relaxation. Now I'd like you to just stay laying down. I'm going to come up and be seated, and I'm going to talk you through a little guided meditation, and then I'll have you come up to sit with me. But for now, just stay laying down inside of your hoop. So I'm going to talk you through different points of the body and ask you to relax each point of the body. And all you have to do is notice that area and feel relaxation. So there's really nothing to it. You don't have to do anything. This is more about not doing or undoing and relaxing. So bringing the awareness to the very top of the head. Relax the top of the head. Relax the muscles of the face, the jaw, relax the muscles of the neck and the shoulders. Relax the upper arms. Relax the forearms, the wrists and the hands, all the fingers completely relaxed. Relax the upper chest and the upper back. Relax the ribs and the middle back. And relax the belly and the low back, the whole torso completely relaxed. Relax the hips, the thighs. Relax the knees, the shins and the calves. Relax the ankles and the feet, all the toes completely relaxed. Feel the whole body from the very top of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes completely relaxed. Let go of any effort. Just let the floor and the hoop hold you. And now take a nice deep inhale and a long, slow exhale. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, bringing a little movement into the body. You can stretch the arms up overhead, point the toes, nice big stretch. And then make your way onto one side. You can bring the hoop between the legs and around the arms, so giving your hoop a little hug. Thanking your hoop for the help with our practice this evening. And then pressing yourself up, sitting inside the hoop. And just bring the palms together at the heart. And close the eyes. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Notice the effects of the practice. Do you feel any different than when we first started? Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Again, my name is Miss Alex, and thank you for celebrating 10 years of Bring the Hoopla with me. I hope you enjoy your night, and namaste. Thank you.